You're knowing what you are wanting?
Yes.
Yeah. That's a good thing, isn't it? To have clear desire. Nothing better than that. Sometimes you don't think that, because if you've had it for a while, a desire that feels to you like it is not coming about, then it can become annoying. And over time, you can begin to doubt yourself. But before we are finished in this day, we want you to have a clear sense that anything that you desire can come to full fruition. In fact, it's just really off if it doesn't. Another thing that we would like you to realize is not only can what you desire come about, but it is already coming about. In fact, it may be hard for you to hear, but by the time that idea occurs to you in a really powerful way, where you are ready to state, I want this, the majority of it has come about. In other words, all of the sifting and sorting has happened, all the directing of your focus has happened, and it is a vibrational reality. We know you don't like to hear that so much, but it is a vibrational reality that is in the process of becoming. And the last piece that is required for it to be fully realized by you, where you can see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it, that last little piece is so close to having happened that if you could just relax just a little bit and accept that it is done, but that now you're in the process of achieving a vibrational alignment with it. Do you sort of get what we mean by that? You see, when you're accustomed to not seeing it in manifested form, if you want something and you don't have it yet, a lover or a new vehicle or a house that pleases you more or an occupation or a way of gathering money, if there is something that you desire and you can't see it yet in your experience, your conclusion, and we get why you think that, your conclusion is that it is not there, it's absent, it's missing, because you can't see it. And the problem with counting on what you can see, we know this sounds crazy. We're saying to you, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. That's crazy talk, isn't it? No, it's not crazy talk, it's vibrational talk. But in order for it to come into the full visible fruition, you have to see it before it comes about. And that's what is difficult for you, dear heart humans, is that you're so accustomed to translating vibration through your physical senses that if it hasn't been allowed by you to mature enough for you to see it, then you call it not there. So if you can't see it, if you can't know it, if others can't see it, then your logic tells you it's not there, it's missing, it's absence, it's lost, it's not there. But the problem with that, what we want to call too soon of evaluation, is that when you believe that it's missing, you hold a vibrational frequency that doesn't let it change from missing to there. In order for any of this to make any sense or to even be a little bit satisfying, you have to be willing to look at this world in a vibrational way. You have to accept that you are vibration, that everything is vibration. And that's not an easy thing to do, because seeing it and hearing it and smelling it and tasting it and touching it is a fuller version. In fact, we want to call your attention to that fuller version, because that's why you came into this time and space. You came because you are a creator who enjoys translating thoughts and vibrations to things and experiences. This leading edge is where that greatest sort of satisfaction from creative endeavor happens. That's why you're here. So we're not trying to talk you out of manifestations. We just want you to not need to see the manifestation before you believe that it is in process. Sort of like you don't need to see the kernel of corn that has been planted in the ground. You put it there, or someone did, and it is being nurtured, and you trust that its process is happening and that in time you're going to see it. But you don't go stomping on the ground. come out where I can see you. You don't dig up the seeds and eat them, not often. You are patient relative to things that you understand, and that's really the point that we're wanting to make with you. We want you to find some patience relative to these thoughts turning to things, because they are turning to things. You create your own reality, and you create your own reality through the thoughts you think. We want to talk today all day about how you are turning your thoughts to things, and we want to talk to you about anything that is important to you. We can help you clean up your vibration if you want. We can help you understand concepts and laws and principles if you want. We can give you some processes if you want. It's really all up to you. We're going to give you one analogy, and then off we go together. So as life causes you, as you sift through the variety of it, to know what you don't want, it also causes you to know what you do want. So when you know what you do want, it's like, pretend for a moment that you are a train and you are on a track and it's on level ground, and you sift through life and you shoot out a rocket of desire. And in our analogy, which you're going to hear a lot about today until you don't like it anymore, but we promise it's of value to you, when you shoot out that rocket of desire, it's like you putting a powerful engine on this end of your train going that way. Often though, when you launch that rocket of desire and your train starts moving in the direction of your desire, because you are realistic and because you are accustomed to translating through your physical senses, you may, often do, nearly always, notice where you are in relationship to what you're asking for. And so even though you say, I want this, you often say, but this is where I am. And when you offer that but about something that you want, it's like you put a big powerful engine equal to the other one on the other end of the train going the other way. So now you've got I want it but going on, which means you're not moving anywhere in terms of translating your thoughts to things. Nothing is showing up for you as long as you have this vibrational discord going on. Now there's a lot of vibrational discord often going on as you are sifting and sorting. I want that but, I want that but, I want that but by the time you launch this rocket, you've got some good momentum going in the direction of your desire. And if you could, once you say I really want this and the reason that I want it is, you would then put another engine and another engine and another engine. I want this and I know I'm going to enjoy it and I'm looking forward to the idea of it. The idea of it is pleasing to me. I know other people who are experiencing it. They seem happy enough. In other words, engine, 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 all going in the direction of your desire. And if you could keep your vibration pure in that way, you would just get those engines stacked up until there is enough momentum going, and the engine stacking up is really undeterred thought. Momentum would ensue, and before anyone around you can believe it, you'll begin having manifestations about your desire. If that isn't the experience that you're having, there is only one reason. You're putting the engine of desire going in this direction, and then you're putting the engine of doubt going in this direction. And the reason that those engines of doubt, those thoughts of doubt, that momentum of doubt is easy for you to come by is one reason really, and one reason only. And as we get your attention about this, and as you play with it a little bit, everything is going to get better for you right away. You are accustomed to looking at what is, and when what is not showing you what you want, it's easy for you to notice what is. So when we use the word doubt, we really want you to understand what we mean. When you are looking at the absence of what you want, those are the beginning engines of doubt. In other words, when you look for it and you can't see it, you're offering a vibration about its absence, not about its presence. It really is that subtle. Now, the feeling of doubt doesn't overcome you until you've done quite a bit of that. In other words, you got to hold yourself apart from what you want for a while before you really begin feeling strong doubt. But what we want to ask you to do, if you could, in the early stages of recognizing that you want something, if you would consciously and deliberately think in terms of what you want and why you want it, you will get more of the engines, more of the momentum going in the direction of what you want. And if we want you to understand this, if you get enough momentum going in the direction of what you want, an engine or two in opposition to it won't slow you down. Jerry and Esther had several big buses that they drove for several years, big powerful buses, diesel pushers they were called, 45 feet long. They towed big cars behind them. And one day, as they hooked the tow car up, Esther didn't do one little step. She did not disengage the parking brake, but that powerful engine did not know it. They dragged that car down the highway like a sled. Didn't even know. It wasn't until they stopped and got out and smelled the hot brake fluid that they realized what had happened, because the powerful desire was not stopping the momentum. And the same is true with your desires. When your desire is strong enough, it doesn't matter what you believe. Now, of course, if you got your brakes on and your desire is dragging you, it's a harder ride than you really want, and you might need new brakes once you get to where you're going. But we want you to understand that if your desire is powerful enough, your hindering beliefs will not hold much weight in this process. So when you think about what you want and why you want it, you get momentum going. But when you say, how's it going to come? Doubt. Where's it going to come from? Doubt. When's it going to come? Who's going to bring it? When you ask those questions to which you don't have ready answers, then you introduce unnecessary resistance to the equation. So if you could stay really general about what you want and why you want it,